What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia and I work as a workplace interior designer 9 to 5, but I also share everything related to life as an interior designer here on social media. As you have probably known from the title, this is the part 3 of the Revit basic tutorials for interior designers. And today we are continuing our session with Ebuka from where we have finished last time on episode 2. And if this is your first video on this tutorial, I would recommend you start from part 1, which I have listed somewhere on the screen and also on the description below. So same as usual, we will start this video by going through what we have learned last time. But before we continue, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and like this video. It would mean a lot to me to continue making those videos and you won't miss out any further content from my channel. Now, I think we're ready to start. Let's jump into the tutorial. So just to go through what we can expect from today's lesson, today we will be learning how to add glass doors, how to download family from a website, and we'll show you how you can edit the materials of the furniture. We will learn about material library and how to create new materials, and where we can find and download high resolution material and textures. Okay, I've started recording. Maybe let's start by talking about what we did last session.
Okay.
Um, you're serious all of a sudden.
Of course. I didn't get this. Okay, so our last session we covered items like um, using the split face command to give two multiple materials to certain architectural elements like floors. For example, here where we have a split face between the wooden floors and the carpet, which we're going to change because I don't like the way it's looking. We
Yeah,
looked
let's
at
change that.
we looked at making a corner wall family, and from today we see how to add a door to a corner wall. That's part of our agenda today. And we looked at bringing an Enscape assets from the Enscape library by accessing the Enscape tab here and just bringing these families from this asset library. We'll also look at how to bring other Revit families from other Revit websites, which will be the link in the description, like Beam Object and the rest. Yeah, we'll see how far we go today and see what the things that we can cover. So starting from here, we know we want a door here, and you can import a door family from the Revit file. I have a single and a double glass door in my USB. So I'm just going to show you how I bring it in. You can bring it in two ways. So this is just a file from my desktop. I'm just going to go to where I have it. It's called this this folder. So these are my doors. You can either drag and drop. So you can do like just use a window to select over it and just drop it in your Revit file. Now it will
Okay.
be included in your project, or you can do it another way. I'll show you. Now that I've done that, it's already in our project, or you can just go to architecture, go to components, and go load family. It will pop up this. Then you can find, your doors. If you're using Imperial or Metric, you can load it in from here if you want. For some reason, my Revit is not letting me load in it. That's why I went to take it from here and put it on my desktop. So that was why I did what I did to start with.
Right.
I don't need to import it again because I already have it in my model. Now I'm going to show you how to actually put. Oops. I'm going to show you how to actually put the door on the family. In order to put a door on a curtain wall system, you have to free up the panel. What do I mean? So you press tab to actually just click on just the glazing itself. So you just highlight over to where your curtain wall family is. Just keep on pressing tab. Once you see it selected the panel, you click on it, go to your properties tab here and select on the drop down menu. Here you can actually find where your door is located in. So now, depending on the weight of doors, normal curtain panels
This is
comes in.
the one that you dragged from your
Yes,
folder.
yes, yes. So these are the doors that I drank from my folder. Now it depends on the width of the door. The widest, the thickness, the thickest door I've seen width size is around 4 feet ish. That's the thickest I've seen. But since this is just for representational purposes, you can use a single door or you can use a double window. It doesn't matter. But if
Okay.
you're submitting construction drawing, you have to take into account the actual width of the door sizes. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just showing you how to just put a door on a curtain wall. So once you find a door you like, you just click on it, and in a minute, the door is there. You just have to do this. See?
Ah, okay.
And that's your door. You also want to delete the mullion down here. Voila. So
And
that's
you
how.
you were holding tab again?
Yeah, I just clicked on tab to select the mullion. So now you have your curtain wall. You have your curtain. You have your glass door on your curtain wall. And to see how it looks like on the plan view, if I go to my first floor plan view, you will see that it's already like a door in here.
Ah, okay.
Can you see? But
So
if we yeah, sorry, go on.
so can you actually drop this family on plan like tab as well?
Yes, yes, you can do it on tab. I just like doing things on 3D. For
3D.
example, let's say we want to actually follow the width of this door. I'm just going to press Ctrl Z and do it from plan. So now it's still like this. Now I want to follow that same door width, and I'm just going to add mullions to it. So what I do is I go to the floor plan, and I just do something like this. I go to architecture, I go to cutting grid, and place one here, and place another here. Now I have those two cutting grid. Let me see how it looks like on the 3D view. One second. Oh yeah. So now I can see this. So now I can actually add mullions on it. Or I can just move this one here. It doesn't matter. I would just prefer to add mullions. So go to architecture, go to mullion, and click on this, and click on this, and we're good. So now we actually have the right door size to actually put the family. And again, I will show you how to do it from the plan. So if I go to my first floor plan, I want, I'm just hitting tab. So now that I've seen it as empty, I click on the properties tab and find my door and add my door. So now my door is the exact size of the specified door that you gave to me. So yeah,
Okay.
you can maneuver the width of the mullions. Let's say I want it bigger. What I can do is just tab to where I see this line and just you know type in, let's say, 1,000, and it makes it bigger. So
And
you can
where did you
actually
get this family from?
I actually got it from the Revit file, like my Revit 2021 file from my laptop. I don't know why it's not loading it from here. But normally, how you will get this door is go to architecture, go to components, go
And
to
it
load
should
file.
be like a default
Yeah, it
door.
should be a default door loaded in your Revit file in
Okay.
Office. For some weird reason, it's not loaded. It happens like it happens normally. Let's see if you can load it here. Like I doubt it is going to load. So door, single glass, press open. See, it didn't load.
Right. Okay. No.
It didn't load. But yeah, that's how to put a door on a curtain wall. And now I've done this, I'll just do the same thing for this one. So I'm gonna go to curtain grid and put one close to the door, put one here, put one here. Once I'm happy, I'm gonna go to my 3D view and actually put millions on it. So that's the door. So I'm going to go to Mullion on the architecture tab, find the curtain grid, put a Mullion there, and put another one here. I'm just doing this here. So now, once you're happy, you tab, select. Oh,
Select the glass, right?
we forgot to do that one. So we tab, select to select the glass. Once the glass is selected, you go under the properties tab and just find your door and put it here across your uncle. Now we've succeeded in putting a curtain wall, a door on a curtain wall. So that was the what we were trying to cover last time. We had some
Mm-hmm.
technical difficulties. So now having done that, I would like to show how to bring in the Revit families from
Mm-hmm.
wherever it is on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
For example, let's say you need to get like getting tables and you have a website where you normally get it from. I I've seen that Beam Objects is a really good resource. Beam
Mm-hmm.
Objects, Herman Miller, uh, Coalesce. What else? There's so many
Okay.
on the top of my head.
We'll
Just really,
put the link for that
yeah,
website.
the link. So, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a typical. This is how Beam Object looks like. It's a free Revit resource that's online. You can just create like that's my big head. You can just create like a free website, like a free account, and once you sign up to your email, you can be able to download anything you want to download. For example, let's say we want a table. So I'm just gonna come in here and just type
Meeting table.
that you can set your filters based on categories, manufacturer, the file type, the brand, sustainability, just to like tailor your taste to what you want it to be. For example, I like the way this is looking and I want to download it. So I click on it and it's going to give you, it's going to give you so much like more information about the manufacturer, but you only care about just the table. Once I click on download, it gives you options. So it gives you if you want to download it as ArchiCAD file, SketchUp, AutoCAD, Rhino, whatever. For me, I'm just going to download RVT file because RVT is the compatibility file for Revit. I don't want to have all 7 files, so I'm just going to uncheck everything and just go to where it says RVT. I already have too much files on my computer. I don't have one. Where is it? Sorry, RFA, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
So Revit, this one.
Yeah.
So once I've selected that, I click on download selection. Now it's going to download to my desktop. I'm just going to put it in a place that I put like all my folders. Okay, right here. So I'm going to create a new folder and just name it Evo. It's really good to actually put things in folders to actually find it. Because I know how to spell. It's really good to actually have a folder where you have your similar family types. Once it's downloaded, it should show here. So you just
Mm-hmm.
click on it. Now, what it depends whatever model your Revit file was made in. If it was made in a later version, you can always upgrade it. So once if you see this pop up, just click on upgrade model.
Upgrade the model.
So now this is the file. Once you're happy with it, before you actually put it in your Revit file, you can actually see if you like the material it came with. For example, this came with the material is called voice. It has
Mm-hmm.
like a wood vibe to it or brownish vibe. If I actually like it and I don't want any changes, I can just load it into my project. But if I actually, let's say I want this to be like a nice black matte finish that I already have on my desktop or I have somewhere, I'll click on it, go under the properties tab where it says materials, click on this line, make it none. The reason why you have to set the associate family parameter as none is because the manufacturer already set the default material as this. So if you don't change it to none, you can't be able to edit it. Look at how this is now editable. Before it was gray. I'll show you. So if I go back to where it says, I think it was plate, I can't remember. See, it's grayed out. I can't change it.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to be able to actually change the material, if I don't like it, I click on this associate family parameter by the side. Just click on it once. This menu is going to appear. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
you click on one.
Okay.
Clicking on one lets you edit it to whatever you want it to be. Once you click on none, you press OK. Now this is editable. Next step you want to do is changing the materials. Click on here. It's an invisible 3 dot mark, and this pops up. It pops up the material library. Then you can change it to whatever material you normally have or you normally want it to be. Once you're happy with that,
If we don't have the materials inserted, how do we set up or
okay,
create new
yes.
material?
Yes, if you don't have the material, you can actually create the new material. For example, I'm going to show you for example. To create a new material in Revit, it's this bottom icon here, this gray icon with a plus sign. Just click on the drop down arrow here and create new material.
Mm-hmm.
Once you click on it, it just create a normal default new material. What you want to do is right click it and rename.
Yeah.
Let's say
Black.
custom
Okay.
black. Yeah.
Black. Yeah.
Uh, to click on it, you right click, go to its appearance, and I
Can you
think
maybe also like explain us what's identity, what's graphics, and what's appearance? What's the differences of
yes.
that?
For sure. So let's say if it was a material that came with the rubber family. Let's click on this one. This just gives you the information from the manufacturer. You know, like you can see, it tells us who the manufacturer is, what model of furniture that is, the cost. So it depends on how detailed the manufacturer makes this model. Because I've seen some Revit families that come with the actual cost. So it actually helps in doing cost estimation if you're like an interior designer. One second, let me just play my screen. I can't really actually see you. Okay, I can see you now. So let me go back to my Revit. Okay, see my screen.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes some of this Rory family comes with all these things filled in. So
Okay.
what that does is, help you that it saves you that time in which sending them an email to about okay, I saw this stuff on your website and what's the price. It already comes with the cost, so you can
Mm,
actually get some of this information from the
the
manufacturer
manufacturers.
versus family. So it kind of cuts the time and effort to actually send
I
messages.
see.
It comes with an annotation keynote and a mark dependent, and it also comes with
And I
description.
guess like this identity page kind of helps at the end, maybe once we are happy with the models and we've drawn everything, when we want to create like a schedule or that
Exactly.
information is already there in Revit. So like it
Yes.
creates automatically, right? Like what
Exactly.
materials is in the building and so on.
It pops everything you need there. You just have to create a schedule and everything comes on. For the graphics part, this is where we actually give our very family the cut pattern. So, for example, see where it says graphics style. Remember we talked about there's a wireframe, there's hidden line, there's
Mm,
shaded, consistent colors, and there's realistic. There are actually
realistic.
5 graphics now in Revit. So if I didn't want to use the render appearance as brown, I could use something else. For example, if I wanted the surface pattern to be something else, let's say like a diagonal hatch, which don't look awkward, I can set it from none to something like this. So there's a drafting and there's a model. Drafting just shows how the graphic is going to look when you're just working in hidden line.
Okay.
But a model is going to show how it's going to look when you're working in like shaded or realistic or consistent colors. If that makes any sense, I will show you what I'm talking about.
Is
So
that
that's
important? Like, should we always do on models or is it
no, no, no.
necessary to do
You
it
just
on drafting?
leave it on model unless you're like submitting finished plans where you have to show like the actual finished material of the floor. But for furniture, we just leave it as like plain like graphic. You know. So you can set the foreground pattern, the background pattern, the cut pattern, and all that stuff. But what you mostly actually do when you give material is the appearance. Is where you set the so it is where you also find the main information, set the color, set the picture that you want it, set the image fade, set how glossy you want it to be, mess with the highlights, reflexivity, transparency, cutout, self illumination, warmth and tint. So now let's go back to our custom black and mess with it. Now the image is where you actually put the actual image you've gotten from a website. And I'm going to plug you guys onto this really, really good resource. It's called, let's have it up 1 second. It's called, oh, it's here. It's saved. So this is the website I used throughout my undergrad. It actually saved me a lot of time and energy of going to Google. And it's a free free resource. It gives you resolution up to 8K. So something I would advise in doing renders. So far, you can find really high quality materials. Let's say I use mostly 4K to 8K. It kind of does 50% of your render for you because it already gives you that feel of realism to it. If
Okay.
that's the vibe you're going for. So it has assets material and HDRIs as well. So high definition realistic images for the background. For example, let's say I want something that has to be carpet
Mm-hmm.
for our I can go to assets. Let's go to categories.
Categories.
So for example, I'm looking for fabric. I've seen fabric here, but I haven't seen where they wrote carpet. So I'm just going to go back
Can you like
here.
type carpet on search?
Yeah. You can also type, but I'm just trying to show you around how the
Mm,
whole interface looks like. I've used this before in one of my projects. It actually came
really?
out really nice. Yeah. So now, if I'm not seeing what I'm looking for, I can just go in there and just type it. All caps. Carpet. Let's spell it right. Okay, it didn't.
Carpet.
So this is the options that it has for carpets.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you feeling
Let's go with just plain gray. The
this one?
second one, yeah.
So once you're happy, it kind of gives you like a HQ like a image. You can zoom in or zoom out or whatever. So now, what you want to do is download a high quality one. I can't stress this. I know it comes with a lot of like other stuff, but you want a high quality one. And for the purpose of this video, I don't want to blow my laptop for now. I still need it, so we're gonna use a 4K instead of an 8K.
Okay.
I haven't really seen the difference between this and this, but I feel like the JPEG is a more compressed file than the PNG because this is a 236, like double this. So once I'm happy, with the
Image.
camera I want, I just click on download, and it's gonna like download it for me to my. I'm gonna create a new folder and call it materials.
Mm-hmm.
Materials. I'm gonna create a new folder and call it carpet. Have everything sorted out. That's press save. I already have, all this material in a different folder, but I'm just showing you how to actually
How
get
to
this
do it.
material
Okay.
into Revit.
Mm-hmm.
So once it's done, I think I just want to extract it, so it doesn't give us any problem. Okay, now it's extracted. I'm going to delete the other one. So now we have our material on our desktop. So now let's go back to Revit and bring our material into here. So while you have this on, click on this white space. It will pop up your normal Revit file. So I'll go to my desktop and find where I just imported the material. It's called Collaboria, materials, carpet, fabric. You want to click on the one that says color if you're downloading from this website and press open. So now if you load it in there, the job's not done. You also need to click on it again, and now it will pop up a texture editor.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you can fix the brightness, link the transformation, fix the position, and increase the scale. Now we are back to MM. I don't know what MM is, so probably need to change it back to
Let's go with 500 mm.
500. That's going to be
Mm-hmm.
small. Okay,
It's
so
like a maybe it's like a tie. Is it small? So maybe
there's
1,000.
there's a trick I use to get a realistic size for Revit. For example, if let's say if I know I'm doing, let's say, a wood plank, I go to a manufacturer and just Google the actual size of how
Size.
it's being installed.
Mm-hmm.
Once I find it, then I actually gives the same size to my Revit material.
Mm.
Then once you make a render, it makes it realistic. It doesn't make it too long or too short. It's something I just like
Yeah.
figure out.
So I
Yeah, so
just imagine like carpet tiles, it's like a 50 by 50 carpet tile that it's longer than that. Yeah.
yeah, obviously it's just a ruler.
So yeah, let's go with 500 and see how it
500
looks. We can always
mm.
change it, right?
Yes, yes, for sure. So 500 mm.
Yeah.
So what this is, if you just press out, it kind of does it. It's just a like a scale linking. So if you want a different width, you can just turn it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And put whatever stuff you want. But if you want it to be the same, you can just turn it on. So you want to make sure it's the repeat is set to tau, and what this is going to do is going to continue, so after every 500 by 500 mm, it's going to continue the same thing,
Mm.
just like that. For cases where you just want it to just be one big stuff on the surface, you can just change it from tile to none. What this does is
Okay.
just make it just one sheet of 500 by 500.
Oh,
That's
okay.
also need to pay to know. Once you're happy with that, you press done. So that's half of the job done. What you want to do, if you want that realistic feel, is to get the texture, the other texture in. So you do that through using this stuff called bump.
Mm-hmm.
So you click on bump, and where it says this image, you look for. I don't want to use the normal XG. Sometimes it doesn't work. I just use the roughness or displacement. I've actually not figured out which works. I was working on a video the other day, and it's like some of these things don't really work how you want it to. You just have to just keep on trying the things that work. So, for example, for this one, I'll just use roughness or
So
roughness.
can I just stop? When you download like material assets from this website, this automatically comes with different shades of like materials, right?
Yeah, yes.
When, yeah, so that's really helpful. But when, let's say, we have our own pattern that
Yeah,
we didn't download from this material assets and it's only like JPEG image,
yes,
what would be like alternative image for creating a bump? Like, do you need to change
yeah.
the color scheme or?
Yeah, so what you can do is use that same image and put it in the bump and increase the bump. Or you can take that image to Photoshop and mess with the graininess, the brightness, contrast. That also have like that also has like an effect on how deep the shadows actually,
So
how
create the image really contrast with colors. I
exactly,
see.
exactly. Or the easiest way is just taking that same image and increasing the bump, and I'll show you how to do it. For
Mm-hmm.
example, let's say we don't have any of this bump. Let's say we don't have any of this, and let's just bring in that same one that we used as an
Mm-hmm.
image as the first one. So we know this and this is the same thing. We'll put in 500 again.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the scale of the image and the bump is the same. If not, it's going to give you some weird transformation. Once you're happy, you press done.
Yeah.
See how is it? Now you can increase the bump amount on this one.
Okay.
So it really accentuates the feeling of actually being a roughness. But since we have a pattern, we can just use that. So instead of using this, I'm gonna click on this,
Mm-hmm.
so and use the one that they actually gave to me. I'm
The
gonna use
bump.
the roughness. Yeah. See? Once I'm happy, make sure it's 500, 500. And if you wanted to play with the brightness, you can make it darker or lighter. It doesn't matter, depending on like what color schemes you're going for. Once you're happy, you press done.
Mm-hmm.
I know we shouldn't be using a carpet for the table, but I just realized
I
that
just realized too, we downloaded the wrong materials. But this
yeah,
was just to show like what kind of
yes,
materials
yes,
we
yes,
could bring in.
yeah,
But anyway, for the tables, we can create a new material called table black. It's just,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
painted finish.
Yeah.
So
So
would
let's take away the carpet, right?
I mean,
Or
you can still
still leave
leave
it?
it
Okay, okay,
for later.
okay. So once you're happy, I'll just bump this up to like yeah. Once you're happy, you press OK, apply. Okay. So now, uh,
You've applied the carpet material.
yeah. So you go to real estate to actually see, and there you have it. There you have
Okay,
the
so we
material.
usually do this to the floor, but
Yeah, that's the floor, guys. Don't add a carpet to your table. I don't know who's going to sit on that. Okay, let's change it to like a custom backpack.
so we go back to material and it's the three dot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one here,
Mm-hmm.
creating material. Right click, rename it. Custom back. Oh, my bad. What are we naming it?
Or custom table black, maybe.
Okay. There's something I normally do that I learned from somewhere. So let's see. So let's go down to AEC materials.
What's this?
So AEC ma- material is materials that come with the Revit.
I see.
So once you download Revit, it automatically comes with a material library that
Mm-hmm.
you ideally pick from. But if you want something more specific and custom, that's why you start downloading materials of your choice. But normally it actually comes with a lot of actually really good materials. For example, let's say I'm looking for let's see.
Maybe like something you can't really search, can you? You just have to scroll down and find the one that you want.
And you actually can let's search it here. So what are we looking for?
Oh, just black?
Okay. So once you search black, it will bring up
It
everything.
didn't come up.
So yeah, no, it's
Ah,
here.
there is.
It-
Okay, so let's choose
yeah,
laminate.
yeah. So let's go for like a laminate. So this one. So once you found it, you press this to add the material to your Revit file, to your Revit library. So you press this and it's already there. So you can just click on this,
Mm-hmm.
go to the appearance. So you can see it's a plastic laminate and it's a black. It has reflectance, roughness. Once you're happy with it and you want this, you press apply and press OK. And now we have that.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah. Once you're happy with this, with your family that you've imported from your website, you go into load project, or you can do both. I just go into load into project and close because we don't really need this again. So you load it into project and close. Now, if you have more than one Revit file open, it will ask you which one do you want to load it into. And now, since we have both of them as the same name, we need to know which one what
It's
it is.
0009.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay. You want to save changes, you press yes. Save the project. Yes. What? I think it's supposed to be have the same name. That's why it's given this. Okay, so now this is our table. Oh, you were wrong. Oh no, you were right. Never mind. My bad. So this is a table. Then once you find the right place to put it, let's say you perfect. We want it here. We put it here, and now we have our table here. So that is how to import a table, a Revit family
Family.
from a source, bring it into your system, give it material if you're not happy with it, and bringing it into your Revit family. So if you
Mm-hmm.
follow those steps, you're good to go. That's
Amazing.
about it.
And I also realized like I think it's really up to how you want to work in Revit.
Yeah.
But like some people bring in the family without editing the materials,
Yes.
let's say, and then create, the basic furniture layout first without applying any materials, and then going back to edit all the materials again.
Yeah.
But you can also, like we did now, to, give the materials first when initially bringing in the families. And I guess in
Yes.
that way you can already see how it looks in 3D
Looks like
when you're like
exactly.
modeling, right?
Yeah.